Hey, good morning, and how are you guys doing today? I hope amazing. So we're back. It's a Friday, and we're two more revisions on our story. So we've got book one of three of this sci-fi series fully written already. Pretty excited about that. That has taken a little bit of time, but not horrible. Um, we're in revision round number one, which we're almost done with. And then, of course, we'll go on to the next round of revisions and stuff like that. All together, I planned like 5 rounds of revisions on this book, just to try to get it. I've tried to organize a system for myself based on other people's systems and stuff like that because I've never written a book like this before. You know what I mean? And so I don't have the experience to know what the best system for how to come through and revise out something. So a lot of my system is basically just other people's systems hacked together the way I thought it might work for me. I know that probably not the greatest way to do it, but it is where we're at. So moving on. Um, Morning. I got coffee here. It's 5 in the morning. I'm pseudo awake. And when we last left off, we were slipping in this chapter 11, in which chapter 11 is not going to be that complicated. I've had a chance to somehow it jumped to chapter 17, which is not doing what it's supposed to do correctly here for some reason. See how that's, I know what's going on there. We've got a lot of stuff going on, guys. I don't know. I'm going to fix that later. Let's get to what we're doing. So, chapter 11 is basically him just actually retrieving more of the memories from this is chapter 12 now, see. Yeah. Oh, I see what's going on. I'm gonna have to kick a bunch of stuff around. This is kind of a bummer. See how this chapter is an immovable chapter thing, and I need that other one to be one. Somehow we got off. So, besides that, we need our transition into chapter 11, right? Um, because honestly, this chapter 10 is weak. It closes out weak. It doesn't close out because I didn't finish it out. Honestly, is what's going on. So we have where Brandon explains the Luminari, and I don't know how we haven't added Brandon into this codex yet, but whatever. Let's add him. We know he's a long-term character. It's going to reappear in the next book anyway. And so, boom. Um, he's basically a bard. Okay, that's how we'll describe him right now. We'll describe him more later on, maybe, or something like that. But that'll be later. Okay, so we've got him in. Okay, so I have him explaining he believes this. Might get a little bit more coffee in me. And then let's figure out how we're doing this transition. Because at 1 second, I'll tell you what we have here. We have them standing in a hall or some crap, which honestly, that'll get to find out better later on. I don't know where they're standing, but they're standing somewhere. And Brandon busts out who the Drew and Mar are, and the Alan Amar. I think it's Illuminary Empire, the elves. Let's just copy that whole thing right there, because we know that they're gonna be up in this stuff more later on anyway. And so they go under an other. Boom. Aliases and nicknames. Just go like that, right? Bam. I'll fill out more later on that. Okay, so we've got that all taken care of. We've got Brandon explains the whole Illuminati, the Drew and Mar, which is the human psycho faction that is controlled by the Illuminati. Okay, so here's our conundrum. By the way, good morning. I hope you are doing kick butt. I am going to get a little bit more coffee and we'll get into this. It's 11 minutes in, you know. Um, I have Brandon basically explaining exactly what's going on down here, down to the point of their dark magic. Now, I don't know what I was doing when I left myself in this position, but here's what we're doing. We have to move from Brandon explaining the whole thing about the Drew and Mar to Sam sees Kiara, right? But Kiara is basically ignoring Sam. I know, boy, girl, petty stuff, right? Who didn't see that coming? Make sure I have sound always. That's always a good idea, right? So we need to write this scene out better. So that's like a paragraph of its own. And then, yeah, I don't know how this thing works. Well, whatever. So then, okay, so I wrote the transition on the back end. This is what we need to fill out. So here's the finished transition sentence. Um, and then we need to would do 11, which isn't done at all. It's just a bunch of trash thrown down right now, just to be honest, guys. It won't be trash, but like it is not. It's bad. Okay, let me think how this winds down. We're gonna basically have to write an extra small something here where their conversation ends. He sees Kiara. She doesn't talk to him. Then this next chapter. So let's go. I stayed watch over Blake, wishing I would have done things differently. I don't like how that's written, but that's revision 3 as we're doing all the hey house things sound. We all sat quietly. Then Toby asked, Why did they do this? Why would Daniel and Ethan be working with the elves? Sorry, guys. Brandon stood up as if to gather his thoughts. He was knowledgeable when it came to almost anything. I really actually think I need to define out Brandon better. Why is Brandon so knowledgeable is the question, right? What's Brandon's backstory of why he's so freaking knowledgeable? I need to know this. I don't have it yet. When we have it, I'm going to add it right in. Don't worry. Um, Brandon explained he believed they were Druin Mar, a faction of humans controlled and loyal to the Elementary um, Empire of Elves. Druin Mar are complete. I don't know if I like that. We'll move on. Druin Mar are complete religious fanatics who forsake all cybernetic and genetic modifications. The Illuminati are one of the. Oh, I don't like how I have that written at all. The Illuminati are one of the three. Not liking that. The Illuminati are one of the three. I am going to change this. One of the three elven empires from before the Great War. Yeah, I feel that's good. Maybe. Let's look at this. Brandon explained he believed they were Druin Mar, a faction of humans controlled and loyal to the Illuminati Empire of Elves. I'm really not liking that. Illuminati Empire of Elves. I feel that this has to be done like this, a separate comma in there, but let's not. It's not. Druin Mar are complete religious fanatics who forsake all genetic or all cybernetics and genetic modifications. Uh, Hold on. Don't worry, I got this fixed now. Okay, ready for this? Druid and Mar are complete religious fanatics who forsake all cybernetics and genetic modifications, serving one of the three elven empires from before the Great War. Okay, now let's figure out if I have this broke down right. I think we do now, though. And I think we have that reworded, even though I wasn't going to do that. Brennan stood up as if to gather his thoughts. He was he was knowledgeable when it came to almost anything. Brandon explained he believed they were Druin Mar, a faction of humans controlled and loyal to the Alaminari Elven or Empire of Elves. I don't know. I really do feel that we need to have a comma in there, but Guys, let's go back down here. Let's click this here. Let's click this. I really do actually figure that this actually needs to be like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that in there like that. And I'll probably have to do that in a couple places. But that lets us know that there's definitely another Elven Empire. Hey, good morning, Avalonis. Hope you're kicking butt too, bro. Hope you guys are always doing awesome. And whatever you're doing, I don't know what the heck that is, but I mean, unless it's naughty. But you know. Okay, we've got that fixed. When the horrors arrived, they believed. Okay. When the horrors arrived, they believed that it was judgment upon the whole of this plane for the abominations of humans modifying themselves. Uh, it's not just the humans, guys. Humans and others modifying themselves with genetics. Genetic. Okay, boom. There. When the horrors arrived, do I want to actually define out this day? When the horrors arrived, they believed that it was judgment upon the whole of this plane for the abominations of the humans and others modifying themselves. Oh. Do we want species? We'll just leave it like that right now. With genetic manipulation and cybernetic technology, the Illuminati believed the way was lost by the other elves who had corrupted their natural ways and become too much like humans. They sought out a powerful horror, pledging loyalty and providing sacrifices to it during the dark times after the horrors arrived. Okay. Over the years, they became twisted and driven to profane madness, but often rewarded with strange powers. As time went on, they served the horrors they chose as a god, growing powerful in the use of dark magic, right? Yeah, this is going to be an awkward transition no matter what. So we got Brandon drops that bomb and explains that. What the heck would we do after? So we've got how many people standing there? How many people I gotta have go walking off? Disconnect to the system, blah, blah, blah. Watch, they're standing over Blake. Is everybody there? We've got Brandon. We've got Blake is in the bio chamber. I'm trying to figure out who we have here and how I'm going to end this out. And then we have to write a chapter real quick. I disconnected from the system. Check on Blake. Okay, good. Here's our as I entered. As I entered, everybody. They really don't like the word medbay. It pisses me off. Everybody turned. As I entered, everybody turned. Comma. As I entered. No, I'm wrong. I have the comma in the wrong place, guys. It should be as I entered, comma. Everyone turned. Oh, I think that might be a comma too, but we'll just leave that out. As I entered, everybody turned. Everyone or everybody. Everyone turned, looking at me with judgment in their eyes still remaining. That we'll rewrite. That's not that great, but I mean, we'll rewrite it later. That's round three when we rewrite stuff. Blake was in a regen chamber, still unconscious. Hold on 1 second. Okay, Blake was in a regen tank, alive but still unconscious. I didn't define out the everyone crap. Let's crap on me on this. Okay, so he's in the med bay. Okay, so right here we know that one of the cyborgs is in there. Crap on this. I really should define this stuff out better. You know what I mean? Like I have this very vague. I know, sir. I had known Sarah for years. Pretty sure we're changing that. Crap, I gotta decide what we're doing with Sarah's healing. Like how early we're establishing it and stuff like that. Sarah's healing's gonna have to be one of the aspects I deal with in reference round three, like the R2 revision. I gotta make a decision on that. Okay. Lucky. Blah, blah. I took a second to take everything in, then let them know what I had found. Okay. Orion let me know he was going to check Daniel and Ethan's quarters to gather up any weapons they. Oh, you know what? That wouldn't really happen. That wouldn't really happen. So here's what would really happen. Something like this happens on a ship. Okay, he saw. Oh, let's. I don't like. I hate that word anyway. Okay. Oh, I really need to fix this where they know that Oren is a actual name in our book. You know what I mean? Oren let me know he had watched some of the ship's officers checking Daniel and Ethan's quarters. I think we'll go with searching. Searching. Daniel and Ethan's quarters and gave ooh, gathering. Okay, now this is going to make more sense because Orion wouldn't just be able to, oh, well, I'm freaking a passenger on your ship. I'm gonna freaking just go search this freaking dude's uh room. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. It wouldn't happen. So here's how we've now changed it. We have the ship's crew doing the search, and Orion is just letting him know. He's just reporting he saw it. Okay, so Orin let me know he watched. Okay, Orin let me know he watched some of. Let you know what? It wouldn't even be no us. Let's us. I am gonna come up here. I'm gonna find out who's in this room real quick. You know what I mean? Um, just 'cause I'm gonna limit it out and make it where I can walk away easier. Then we'll write this. Then we have plenty of time, I think, to write number chapter 11, which then moved that to. See how this stuff's all being weird. I need to figure out how we can. I have to fix so much stuff. They've thrown all this chapter stuff all jiggly out of place. Wildness. Okay. Okay, Oren let us know he watched some of the ship's officers searching Daniel and Ethan's quarters, gathering up. I think we could just go gathering up weapons. Okay, I think I have it fixed now. Oren let us know he watched. Oh, let us know. Oren let us know. He watched some of the ship's officers searching Daniel and Ethan's quarters and gathering up weapons they had. Ship's officers. I'm thinking of how this could be different. Hold on. Orion let us know he watched some of the ship's officers searching Daniel and Ethan's quarters and gathering up weapons they had, along with make. Oh, oh, okay. So right here, I had Orion leaving anyway with the cyborgs, right? Crap. Hold on. Anyway, so guys, crapola. I really need to grab the information on the cyborgs. I don't want to do it today, but this needs fixed right here. So the cyborgs are not going to be in this one right now, here, like this. I mean, they'll be there, but don't worry. I'm going to change this. Crap on that right there. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have Ryan. One of the cyborgs is going to be there. This whole cyborg situation, I'm going to decide which one is going to be there later on. I'm going to have to define who else in the room, guys. Okay, we've got Zach. Washington's one of the cyborgs, I'm pretty sure, by the way. Guys, I really need to fill out this frickin' codex. Badly. It's absolutely causing some issues now, so. Okay, so we have Zach and Sarah. Someone have Zach in the room? No, Zach's dead. Zach's dead, guys. Oh no, Zach's not dead yet. Zach can be in the room. We've got our cyborgs. And let's have Blake's the one in the cryo thing, so we can't have him in there. Zach. Oh boy. See, if I had my codex right, we wouldn't be frickin' scrolling back through all this crap trying to figure out who's in the room. Just gonna say that. Hey, good morning, Fire Debug, man. How you doing? I hope you're kicking some butt. Brandon, Zach. Do we have Sarah in there? No, we don't. Trag's dead at that point. Gonna get back here far enough to find everybody's name. I apologize, you guys. This is not exactly Council of Allied Nations, blah blah. Got craziness going on, right? Oh, who all would be in there? Honestly, just trying to find Blake's brother's name because I can't remember Blake's brother's name right this second. Because we know his younger brother would be in there. And so, oh man, I'm sucking up finding people. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna move forward. We'll write some stuff and we'll figure out Blake's brother's name in a second as we're writing, I'm hoping. I can't believe I can't remember his, and obviously need to expand on that too, because it says expand on that, but that's its own thing. We'll deal with that later. Okay. Trying to see if there's anywhere. Okay. Holy crap. Oh, I see why. It was trying to fix that because it was the wrong one. Orion, pretty sure is the name. We'll have to double check that and make sure it's actually fixed like everywhere and the same everywhere because I think we went back and forth a couple times, so not on purpose, you know. Okay, I'm pretty sure Washington is one of the cyborgs. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay, Washington stood up saying, well, I could look into what they found. Okay, let's figure out how. We're going to have Washington look into stuff. Oren's going to go with him. Okay. Okay, boom. I feel that's very loose. I don't like that at all that much, you know what I'm saying? Do I want him to actually nod? Let's think this out. Does this make sense? Okay. Okay, Washington stood up. I probably already had him standing up. You know what I mean? Was he even sitting down? I think I like to have people stand up and sit down. That's what I'm starting to notice, you guys. I'm not. trying to be critical here. I'll have to watch that in revision 3 when we're looking at, wording and stuff. But for sure, I've had a couple people stand up, sit down, to say stuff. You know what I mean? Starting to notice that. I don't feel the cyborg stepped forward, so he's not setting down, right? Okay, so let's change this. This is Washington anyway, right? Of course, I spelled that wrong. There, it's okay. We got it there. Let's see if we get to that next part. Okay, Washington stepped forward, saying thankfully. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fix that back stuff. We now know it's gonna be Washington. Um, here, disconnected. Blah blah. Okay. Blake was alive. Toby. Guys, gotta think of what the heck I'm saying here. Okay, so we've got Toby, his younger brother. I really hate that in front isn't actually its own word. Fixing it. Okay, as I entered, everyone. I really kind of almost want everybody, but whatever. Everyone turned, looking. Oh, as I entered, everyone turned, looking at me with judgment in their eyes. I think we can comment that actually. As I entered, everyone turned, looking at me with their judgment. Oh, with. Okay, with judgment in their eyes still remaining. Maybe we're hacking that up too much. I think. As I entered, everyone turned, looking at me with judgment in their eyes, still remaining. No, I think we can get rid of this one. Boom. Or we could have it. Either way, it doesn't even matter. Blake was in a regen tank, alive but still unconscious. Toby was sitting on the floor, on a blanket, in front of Blake's regen tank. Okay, who else we're gonna have? Zach's not dead yet, so we can have Zach in here. Just want to make sure that I have Sarah in here. Whew. Just want to look over this. Okay, so I disconnected from the system and started to make my way to the med bay to check on Blake. And inform the others of what had occurred. I think I want to. Okay, now we have it. I also hope to get to the chance to inform the others of what I had learned. As I entered, I need to do something up there too, but let's leave that off. That'll be touch-ups later. I disconnected from the system and started to make my way to the med bay to check on Blake. I also hoped I'd get. Okay. We don't need that. Okay, I think I might have this, but we might not. Okay, I hope some of my friends would be there and I would get the chance to inform them. Okay, let's see if this makes sense. I hope some of my friends would be there and I'd get the chance to inform them what I had learned. It's a horrible sentence. I mean, it's legitimately what we have going on there, but I don't like that at all. I hope some of my friends would be there. Don't like that at all. I don't like it at all. Okay, so let's go on this. Let's take this idea and try to get it across through here without this sentence. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here's how we're doing it. I disconnected from the system and started to make my way to the med bay to check on Blake. As I entered, everyone turned, looking at me with judgment in their eyes still remaining. Blake was in a regen tank, alive, but still unconscious. Toby was sitting on the floor on a blanket in front of Blake's regen tank. Orrin, Washington, and Zach seemed to be in the middle of some serious conversation. Okay. Seemed. Okay. Okay. I disconnected from the system and started to make my way to the Mad Bay to check on Blake. As I entered, everyone turned, looking at me with judgment in their eyes still remaining. Blake was in a regen tank, alive but still unconscious. Toby was sitting on the floor on a blanket in front of Blake's regen tank. Orion, Washington, and Zach seemed to have been in the middle of a serious conversation. I was still glad they were there. Still glad they were there, so I could. Do I like that? I was. And we know Brandon has to be in here too. I'll probably grab the other cyborg into this too, but I mean, maybe not. Maybe so. We know Washington's the one that carried him away, though. You know what? Let's go back here further in the thing and let's define that out right off the bat so it's not confusing. I don't want to be confused later on. Okay, where do we shoot Blake? Okay, there's Rory. Okay, grab Blake and began to carry him. This is going to be Washington. Oh, and I've got Kyoto as the other. Oh, no. Wait, is Kyoto in Washington? Oh, man. Kaido. I do know that one of them is Kaido. Do we want to do it Kaido? Where is Kaido in here? Do we even have that? Oh, it does know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out who all's who. We're gonna have to fix this. I thought Washington was one of the cyborgs, but now I'm starting to think that it's not. That Washington might be one of our thugs, our mobsters. I really need to get this codex filled out, you guys. Badly. Got too much stuff too in my files to want to mess with going through them right now too. So let's get through this. Pretty sure Kyoto is one of the cyborgs that we use. Let's go to way later on and let's just find. 'Cause I'm gonna just know for sure right now. Sorry about this, you guys. A lot of exploring through this. Two cyborgs, Washington and Kyoto. Yes. Okay. Thank God. Okay, Washington and Kyoto are the cyborgs. So we don't even have to worry about it. Let's write that. Cyborg. Oh, look at that. Let's get Washington and write cyborg on his too. I have it on his too. Oh, holy crap. Well, we should have just looked at that crapping thing. Holy. Really need to fill that thing out all the way. I'm going to get on that. Okay, now we're a little bit better. I apologize for that, guys. Okay, Brandon, Orion, Washington, and Zach seem to have been in the middle of a serious conversation. Okay, I'm comfortable with this. This part looks good. I asked, is he okay? Washington stepped forward, saying, thankfully we got him here fast and Sarah was able to heal him. Okay. I asked, is he okay? Washington stepped forward, saying, thankfully we got him here fast, and Sarah was able to use her powers to help heal him, or he'd be dead. Okay. Yeah, we can deal with that on a later revision. You really look like you blah blah. Magic with you. So I feel we reiterated too much here. Hold on. You're really lucky you brought somebody who can heal. Oh, wait. Okay, you're really lucky, blah blah. That's not horrible. I'll leave it. So I'm gonna read over it and we'll find out actually. Let's figure out if we think it's horrible. It might be. I asked, is he okay? Washington stepped forward, saying, thankfully we got him here fast. And Sarah was able to use her powers to help heal him, or he would be dead. You're really lucky you brought someone who can use healing magic with you, or he would have not likely held on long enough for the medical knights to have stabilized him. That's reasonable. I'm okay with that. We don't need to fix that. I mean, it's not perfect as a Shakespeare, no, but I was both confused and pleased. Oh, you know what though? I think we're gonna establish. I need to establish this. I need to write this down. We need to decide when we know Sarah's a healer, and it actually needs to be decided because this is something that's not consistent in this story. I'm gonna just be honest, and I don't know when we find out. I'm gonna try to decide that. I'm gonna back do some more Sarah stuff. Not only do I want to back do some more Sarah stuff because we have some inconsistencies, but because we know she dies. We all know she dies. I would like to actually make her more endearing and a little bit likable um, before she dies. Now that we know she dies, you know what I'm saying? So that the her dying has some kind of actual value impact wise and in some capacity over, just another random character dying. And so we'll deal with Sarah. Yeah. Sarah's definitely in revision 2 is going to be a little bit of Sarah work is what it seems like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sharpen a pencil so I'd have some writing utensil and get my happiness rating with. Oh, there. Got a sharp pencil now. That's right. OCD a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. So this part we don't need to do anything with yet. Orion let us know. Okay, we've already know that that's good. Washington stood up, saying we should find out what we can from them. If anyone wants to go with me. Washington's. Why do I want this changed? I don't know if I like this, how it's said, so you guys tell me what you think. Washington stood up saying we should find out what we can from them if anyone. See, I would say anybody. Yeah, I would say anybody. My speaking language. I don't really write anybody ever. Anybody. Okay. Okay, do we need to actually write that they walk out the door? I mean, like, do we need, or is that apparent enough? Washington stood up saying we should find out what we can from them. If anybody wants to go with me. Oren nodded. I don't think I need to say. Oren nodded in agreement as he walked. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense, so let's read through this and see. We should find out what we can from them. If anybody wants to go with me. Oren nodded in agreement. Mm, Oren nodded. Okay, I don't know how I didn't have that. Oren nodded in agreement as he walked to the door, saying, "Yeah, I need something to focus on." As they left, I hoped they would find something of value. Honestly, mm, that's why we have revision 3. Okay, so now we know who's in the room, right? Washington and Ryan have left. Really leaves us with not very many people in the room. So we have Zach and Brandon. So basically, Brandon's just telling me and Zach this information. Hey, Beta Boy, I hope you're having a great one. Thank you very much. I think we're going to move forward with it just being that many people in the room. Why not, right? Okay. I gotta take a second, drink some coffee, figure out how we're gonna like we still haven't got our transition. We fixed the crap out of a bunch of stuff, and I mean we still got a bunch done. So all this would have had to be done in some order anyway. So let's get our transition into this baby, right? Okay. As the time went on, okay. I knew a little bit what. Wait, I knew a little about what Brandon told us. Uh, I knew a little bit about what Brandon told us, and also thought it was likely that Daniel and Ethan had been Drew and Mar. Pretty sure he would know it. I knew a little bit about Brandon. I knew a little bit about what Brandon told us, and also thought it was likely that Daniel and Ethan had been Drew and Mar. I really don't know what to say right here. I'm really looking over it and trying to figure out where to go right in this section, and it just like fireball. Okay, I knew a little bit. Oh, sorry, guys. I knew a little about what Brendan. Oh, see, that's not right at all. I knew a little. See, that sounds horrible. I knew a little about what Brandon told us. You know what? Let's do this. I knew a little bit about. Okay. I knew a little about. Okay. I knew a little about pre-war history and the elves, and also thought it was. Oh. Okay. Okay. I knew a little about pre-war history and the elves. Okay, I knew a little about pre-war history and the elves, and also thought Daniel and Ethan had likely. Pretty sure we can comma. Been drawing more. I was also sure. Okay, so we've got that. I was not sure how much to say and wanted to look further into the data inside my AI. Hoping. So I excused myself politely, hoping to. Oh no, what the crap he would be hoping, guys. Trying to think of what he'd be hoping right this second. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now I think we're good there. Okay, so okay. Well, I walked back to my quarters. I came around the corner and almost walked into Kiara, who was completely distracted. Okay. Okay, so there that is. I knew a little bit about. Wait, why do I want to put a little? I knew a little about pre-war history. I like the word bit in there for some reason. I knew a little about pre-war history and the elves, and also thought Daniel and Ethan had been Druin. I was also sure everything likely had something to do with Amelia, the scientist we were heading to retrieve, but I was not sure what. I was not sure how much to say and wanted to look further into the data inside my AI, hoping to find something to clear things up. So I excused myself politely, hoping to find some way to make things right. While I walked back to my new quarters, I came around the corner and almost walked into Kiara, who was completely distracted. She immediately looked up to see it was me, then averted her eyes, composed herself, and simply walked away without saying a word. Okay. Boom. Okay. She immediately looked up to see it was me, then averted her eyes, composed herself, and simply walked away without a word. I wanted to speak to her badly, and knew she likely knew that, but she didn't even glance back as she walked away. Du-du-du, du-du-du. Okay, boom, boom. Glance back part. See, look at this. We've got it right here. We just got that. This girl ignores him. Blah, blah, blah. And just like this, we have our transition done. Look at that crap, you guys. Told you we'd get this done. I was a little worried there too. Don't worry. Okay, let's go over this. Let's read this. This is the last paragraph of this chapter. I knew a little about pre-war history and the elves, and also thought Daniel and Ethan had been Druinmar. I was also sure everything likely had something to do with Amelia, the scientist we were heading to retrieve, but I was not sure what. I was not sure how much to say and wanted to look further into the data inside my AI, hoping to find something to clear things up. So I excused myself politely. I'm gonna remove some hoping out of here, honestly, too. While I walked back to my quarters, I came around the corner and almost walked into Kiara, who was completely distracted. She immediately looked up to see it was me, then averted her eyes, composed herself, and simply walked away without a word. I wanted to speak to her badly, and knew she was like, wait, and knew She likely knew that, but she did not even glance back. Okay. I knew. I have the word I knew. Okay, so let's just get rid of it in that one. I did not have the time for the shifting emotions of a girl, not even a hot one. So I decided to go back to my quarter. Sleep. Okay. Now we really are back on chapter 11. I don't have a plan here all the way yet. I mean, I did have a plan till minutes ago, and then I realized the time. Don't really believe I can write this whole thing in 22 minutes, but let's see. Yeah, I would rather do this comfortably. And so, honestly, I know that this was what we were planning on getting done this time, but then I ended up having to redo all this crap up here. Um, I'd rather call it early today and figure out what the heck I'm going to do. On top of that, I need to go back through here and fix the crap out of stuff back further. Look at this. We've got our chapters all crazy messed up all the way through here. And so we do have that chapter finished through though. Looks like we're at chapter 11 or something like that. Then I need to fix the crap out of so much stuff, guys. Not even funny. Okay. Over the weekend, I really am going to take a little bit of time and figure out exactly what the heck. Try to get this fixed. I think our Ethan is misspelt too. This is Toby, like in Toby. Yeah. So over the weekend, I'm going to fix the codex. And I'm going to try to get us caught up to where we are, to 11, on back type revision stuff. And maybe try to reorganize this so it's not several chapters off. Because obviously, you guys can see it's absolute mess at this point, right? And that one, that just developed this chapter. Obviously, that chapter's not developed worth crap. Everything else looks good. Like craziness here. Really, we're at like 30 chapters. Okay. Yeah, this looks like I'm gonna have to organize the crap out of this. We'll just be honest, guys. This is kind of a big mess. Let's find somebody to raid. I want to thank you guys for just being freaking awesome, hanging out. Um, Not a million percent. Hey, Iverson, I hope you're having a great day also. let's see if anybody is doing writing. I'm not a million percent. I'm gonna raid them if they are even, just because honestly, this whole like rating people that are writing has been a random some crazy stuff. I'm not really sure what's going on with the people that are writing in the morning, but I'm one of them. I'm not doing anything crazy, so I was not prepared for everybody else's crazy. Okay, Blade of Accra is actually doing stuff. Okay, we've got a bunch of stuff going on today. Thank you guys for being amazing. You guys have a great weekend. I'll be back doing streaming on Monday. On Friday, we'll write more. Just have a great week. Peace and very best wishes.